I've asked Andrew Hairston, our city judge, to come and open us up in prayer today.
Let's pray. God, thank you so much for today. Thank you for this beautiful weather. Lord, thank you for these four men and one woman that you've chosen to lead our city. Lord, we know that you put them there. Lord, I ask that you would guard their hearts and guard their minds, and Lord, direct them and help them along the way. Lord, thank you for our town. Lord, thank you for such a lovely place. Lord, thank you for letting us live in a country where we can come together like this and talk about issues, Lord. I pray that you keep your hand on our country. Lord, I pray that you keep everyone here safe, Lord, as we go to work this week. And Lord, most of all, Lord, thank you for your son Jesus and the price that he paid on the cross for each and every one of us. Lord, I just pray these things in your name. Amen.
Amen. Pledge, attention, salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, good to see everybody out today. Has everybody had a chance to look at the minutes from the last meeting?
Motion to approve. Second.
Got a motion and a second to approve the minutes. Any opposed? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Okay, paid bills. Everybody had a chance to look through the paid bills?
I make a motion to ratify the accounts payable.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Okay, right on to our agenda. The ordinance 2017-04 authorizing establishment four-way stop at the intersection of Alabama Avenue and 4th Street South.
This is what y'all had requested at our last council meeting to put together, so this is the ordinance. This is the first reading. You can either let it lay over until the next meeting or go ahead and suspend the rules and pass it today.
Make a motion to suspend the rules.
Second.
Got a motion and a second to suspend the rules. All in favor?
Johnny?
Yes.
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 Now, I need a motion to accept.
Make a motion to accept it.
I'll second.
Got a motion and a second to accept. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Okay. Ordinance 2017-05, amending ordinance 2015-04, the back-to-school sales tax holiday.
This is something that we have been doing now for several years, and it seems to be real popular.
It is very popular. What they did this year, Red, what this is they changed the date. It was the first weekend in August, I think, first full weekend in August. Now it begins the third Friday in July, going through the following Sunday.
So it's going to last
It's going to be in
Extended.
perpetuity, but it just had to be altered because of the day.
a period of time. And in all, that cost us some tax money, but not a whole lot. Very little, and I'm gonna make a motion to approve it.
Well, we need to.
I'll make a
suspend
motion to suspend the rules. Second.
They got a motion and a second to suspend the rules. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
Oh,
Roll
whoa,
call. Yes.
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 Now I need a motion.
Now I'll make a motion that we approve it.
Got a motion and a second to approve. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Okay, the resolution 2017-22 declaring certain recreation department equipment surplus to allow for trade-in value.
Greg has got 3 elliptical machines that he wishes to declare surplus, and the company called Advantage Sport and Fitness has offered to accept those 3 machines at a value of $400 each to be allowed as trade-in on a rower and
Some other miscellaneous
fitness equipment.
I'll make a motion.
Do you feel like that's the value of it, all the words?
Okay, so we got a motion and a second to declare these items surplus. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Okay.
The next one is a resolution. Greg had discovered some additional equipment that was no longer needed, so this is just declaring that equipment as surplus to be disposed of.
Make a motion to adopt the resolution.
I got a motion to adopt. Got a second? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carried. On continued business, the consideration for a $1,000 appropriation to the Fort Payne Board of Education to assist with the purchase of the new sound system for the Wills Valley Elementary School. I think the general consensus was to do that, and we would be able to use that at events and stuff as well.
Second.
Got a motion and a second to accept. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
What do you need?
When do we need to send it?
Just as soon as we can get it together. I mean, it's not something that has to be done today.
Okay. Next is the consideration for adoption of policies and procedures as recommended by the Department of Public Examiners.
This is what we discussed at the last meeting. Jessica got with the auditor and made one minor change to what we had in existence already. Stated simply that the vehicle charge had to be listed on the W-2. Nothing in effect changed to the employee other than it had to be stated on the W-2.
Pretty much formalizes a lot of things we already have in place, correct?
Something that we basically have to do.
Right.
It'd be advisable to do it, I'll put it that way.
Well,
Only advisable.
well, if you don't follow their advice and they find that some money was spent that shouldn't have been, that actually can be charged back to y'all individually, so you need to follow their advice.
Make a motion to adopt.
I second the motion.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Speak now if you ever hold your peace. Motion carried.
There's a lot of money to get people's attention.
That's right. Okay, streetlight request for Faye Franklin at 1600 Fruit Farm Road. Did you check that one out, Randy?
We did. We spoke with Mr. Evans, and he's gonna be able to put a light out there for those folks, using some existing cabling, not have to attach to a pole, I think. So
In front of a house or intersection or?
it's a long stretch of road. I can't remember the exact address, but it's close to a house. It's not an intersection.
Close field and road.
Yeah.
Curve into, going into another curve.
Y'all recommend? Yes.
I make a motion.
Got a motion, do we have a second?
I'll second. I'm the second queen today.
All right, got a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carried. New business, authorize Clerk Parker to request bids for engine repair for the landfill pan scraper.
Patrick, do you want to bring everyone up to date on that?
The engine's locked out.
Patrick, come on up here,
Up
please.
here.
Folks with old ears.
Hey, yeah.
The
Slow,
engine, it locked out on us, and it went down in November. And we've been getting by using a front end loader and a dump truck, but the dump truck's gone out on us too, so I feel like we need to go ahead and fix the pan, and then we can cover everything we need to in the landfill. So
And the reason we're bidding this, it's going to be an
it's going to exceed the bid limit, yes.
What, do you have an estimate?
We're
Yes,
probably looking at mid-16s.
16?
Other than that, the equipment's in pretty good shape.
Yeah, once we fix the engine, it should run a good while. It's only got 1,800 hours on the total. So
800?
1,800.
1800.
I'd make a motion to authorize the bids.
I'll second.
We got a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
The next item is just simply our annual bids for plant mix and binder for paving season.
I make a motion.
They've got a motion and a second to authorize those bids. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
While we're talking about plant mix, we are gonna pave the north end of town.
Yeah,
Where
yeah.
all the holes are in the road. So
For
everybody-
Grand Alabama
Just
asphalt.
bear with us. Everything's been cut up. It's
It's
gonna
on the
be
list.
fixed. Just give us a little time,
To be,
please.
and I hope they're almost completed with the sewer rehab, are they?
We got 4 more services.
4 more services.
Yeah. And the water department took the line out of Alabama Avenue and put it in the right of way. So they got that street where the water line's not in the road to have to dig up anymore. So while they're doing the sewer rehab, they moved the water line up there.
They moved the water line out of the middle of the road.
Right, so there's 2 crews working up there, water and sewer, and they're just about done. So as soon as it settles good and we get into paving, Tim's gonna handle that.
Tim, when do you foresee paving being able to start?
Probably the 2nd or 3rd week in May.
Second or third, middle of May, middle to the latter part of May? If they'll just hang on and slow down.
Get them right to paving list too.
Yes, we need to get,
Together, so I can give y'all one look at it.
yeah, we need to get together and write the paving list. We might be able to do that the latter part of this week, Johnny.
Just whenever you can.
Okay, we'll get together, Tim.
And then do some measurement on the golf course for the park pass.
Yeah.
You know, we need to look those two already.
Did you mention to Tim about the light that you talking about the golf cart, maybe think about the sports complex, about the playground at the sports complex, about it being dark?
Putting up a light there.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, okay.
We're gonna try to get that fixed. Just what's raining. The gas company's gonna help us dig it. So we're gonna do another route, so we got them up there working on that. We'll try to get it, see what happens on the lights.
Are they changing any poles there?
Now they came down on the outside of the fence, behind the shop over there,
Yeah.
and we're going down the middle, and we're missing most of it.
Oh.
Okay, next, we have a board appointment for the Fort Payne City Board of Education. Jimmy Durham's term expires in July of this year. Applications were accepted through last Friday, the 7th at 4 o'clock. We have 4 applicants: Mark Dories, Jimmy Durham, Joe Griggs, and Sharon Jones.
You know, it looks like we have 4 good qualified people that applied for this board. I know Jimmy has been on there, 3 terms already?
Yes.
But under the circumstances, I'm undertaking the purchase of the property and building a new school. I'll make a motion to reappoint Jimmy.
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to reappoint Jimmy Durham.
Make a motion nomination be closed.
I'll say.
Okay, we've got a motion and a second for nominations to be closed. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Okay. I think it does say a lot for Jimmy with the looking at the new school to have some experience on that board to go forward with that. Okay, next, consideration for contract with Tony Key for cutting hay on city property located just north of Jet Palmer.
Got a map on the very last page in your packet, if anybody doesn't know where that is. City owns that property, it's about 25 acres. What I've got highlighted in black encompasses the property.
How long is the contract for?
2 years, same as we did for Houston.
I think that's necessary because if you're gonna cut hay, you're gonna have to fertilize it. You don't want to fertilize it and cut it this year and then somebody else benefit from that next year. So I would think 2 years would be the minimum that you'd want to do it for.
And this is the same contract we gave Mr. Houston at the
Right.
airport. Tony be required to cut it twice a year. I think that's 2 times during the growing season.
At least twice, 3 if he's lucky.
I'll make a motion.
Got a motion, do we have a second?
I second the motion.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carried.
Set up.
Okay, looks like all on the agenda. Mayor, do you have a report for us?
I think everybody's aware of the flag contest. We got the entry forms and everything out this week. Chamber of Commerce, most of the banks, school system, here at City Hall. Anyone that wants to can pick an application up and draw us a flag, and let's see what comes out of it. So I'm kind of anxious to see how that goes.
Who's going to decide on that flag?
We're going to have to, get a group of people together, and I'm
This
gonna
is gonna be the Larry Chester Memorial flag.
No, I think Lynn Brewer's gonna have her name on it. So.
No.
Based on what y'all been talking about, I've decided one that shows a tree just being cut, falling over. That's right.
They gonna hang out with the jail?
Yeah. Everybody's supposed to have them in by the middle of June, so sometime around there, we'll need to decide a committee to look at them and pick out something. We just got through with our wellness program, even though we're not 100% through with it yet. We were real close this time of being able to meet the objective to get the 10% discount. So I think that we need to put a lot of interest on this next year. Maybe we can do some things that will help people get here on time. We actually looked at making it a mandatory situation, and according to our local government health office in Montgomery, we can't do that. So
That doesn't preclude passing on some cost increase, though, does it?
I'm afraid it does. But anyway, I think we haven't had that much trouble in the past meeting that, and I think if we do a little scheduling a little bit different this time, and maybe make a provisions where we can have a county-wide week or something of that nature. So we'll work with a health group next year and try to help that. But it looks like we're going to meet that 10% this time, and that saves us a substantial amount of money on it.
I think that gave us the ability to pass on the savings on the insurance going up last
Yes,
year. So it's in everybody's best interest for us to meet that threshold, because that's how we saved everybody
That's right.
$70 a month last year.
For instance, if we don't meet it, an individual, it would cost $22 a month. A family, it would cost $43 a month, just for that.
Just for the
That
increase,
amount.
right.
So if we end up not meeting it and we pay that much, then I guarantee you next year, everybody's gonna go up.
Right.
No question.
Maybe we can do something positive to encourage them to come instead of something negative.
Yeah, I think
like
so.
making it mandatory.
And a lot of folks that didn't come were folks that were off or that were working night shift and this sort of thing, and we'll try to work around that some way.
Yeah, maybe we can make the hours more flexible or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Well, one thing that's available to the employees is they can actually take this paperwork to their physician. And if they've been to the doctor in so many months prior to this, they can count that. And all they gotta do is bring that paperwork back. So there's really not an excuse to not do this.
Was it communicated well? Because honestly, I didn't really understand what it was either, that.
I think we've just
Save
done
us
it on
money.
a regular basis, for
Right.
years, and it just kind of got complacent.
Yeah, I think we need to really communicate to the employees the importance of it.
We had some groups that did extremely well, and they're to be commended. Street Department had 97% participation, Sports Complex 88, Rec Department 88, Inspections 80, and probably will be 100. Jimmy, I think, had a doctor's appointment this month to take care of his. Fire Department had a 92% participation. The law departments were Police Department with 59 and 911 with 50. So those are, with a little bit of improvement in those two, we wouldn't have had any problem whatsoever.
There has been a bill in Montgomery, I think everybody's aware of, the fuel tax bill, that was going to establish a $2.4 billion fund, which would be a bond arrangement, that would be paid for by an increase in fuel tax. And out of that 1.4 billion, 1.2 was to be designated for mostly bridges and certain state roads. Then the other 1.2 was to be split between municipalities and counties based on an 80% county, 20% city split. That bill has failed at this time, but it's my understanding from talking to Livingston that it may be revisited. Roads are going to pot, very well, everybody knows it. And we're in a position where we can only spend X amount of money for roads. If this bill does not pass, I would think that we need to consider very seriously increasing our fuel tax, our city fuel tax, so that we have some money to pay some roads in times. But hopefully they will revisit it and do something. But I just want everybody to know what the situation was on that. And I think I sent each one, well, no I did, sent each one of you a email about the morning show. And we've been asked to have somebody once a month on the morning show to talk about what's going on in town and this sort of thing. So my suggestion was the second Tuesday of each month. Anybody got a problem with that? 7 o'clock?
Gonna be the designated speaker.
This is the WOL.
I will take my turn.
I didn't know if that was done.
Gonna be first?
That's awful early for me.
Maybe your best time.
No, I don't have a best time.
And that's WOLW?
Yeah.
I don't believe I got your email. I don't think so. But
I got
It's on the list,
when did you send it today?
April 13th.
last week.
Okay.
If you don't want to do it, I'll just tell her no, we don't want to do it.
I don't have any problem getting up, I'll do it.
I don't have a problem with it. I think it's a good way for the
No, I didn't say I'd do
community to be
yours, I
plugged
said I'd do
in and know
mine.
what's going on.
That's just 12 times a year, it's okay.
Yeah.
That's fine, I'll do it. I'll do every one of them if you want me to. You're welcome.
We might fill in for you every now and
The
then.
audience would
Brian,
appreciate
and
it.
I'll alternate.
All right.
We'll
Ma'am,
take
the
one
audience
for
would
the-
appreciate it very much if you did all of them.
Oh,
Okay, I'm gonna put you down for the first one, okay?
okay, thank you.
And then,
We'll tell them what we want to know.
That's right. Well, your message out.
Okay,
What she said.
All right.
that's
That's
it.
it. I'd like to thank everybody for coming. Anybody in the audience have any comments, questions? I would like to, like I said, take this time to thank everybody for coming. Especially want to thank Chad Williamson for being here. He's been here several different meetings. If you haven't checked out what he's doing with the Cab MD, I encourage you to go by there and check that out. It is, I think, going to be a really good thing that's going to be good for this area. So if you have not been by and seen Chad, it pay you to go by and visit him.
And I just appreciate all you are doing in the community as well already.
All right.
Chamber after hours.
Yes, don't forget the Chamber After Hours today. It is hosted by the city at the Coal and Iron Building. Please encourage people to come and be part of that. We want people down there. We want them looking at the Coal and Iron Building, seeing what Fort Payne has to offer. So come down and be a part of that. And also on Friday, if you don't have anything to do, we have the Optimist Club has the Race to Embrace. which will be at the Fort Payne High School for special needs kids. If you need a heartwarming for the day, I dare you to come up and be part of that day, so, because it is definitely a heartwarming event.
Well, and I wanted to mention, since you were announcing that, the Main Street is doing a dining downtown on April the 28th, on Friday night. It's, all proceeds go to revitalize downtown. So we would like to have Main Street grow apart from the city and be self-sustaining at some point. And we're grateful for what they're able to do now, but we would like to be self-sustaining. But anyway, please go by and buy tickets, $30. It's going to be a fun time under the stars, eating outside.
At the park?
Mm-hmm, at the park.
And
Unless
if you've
it
not ever
rains.
been involved with Main Street, I encourage you to get involved with Main Street. It's a community-based organization, and it's growing.
Having a surplus sale end of this month also, 20 what? 29th
29.
at the City Barn, Street Department building, so we encourage everybody to come out and buy some of our stuff,
Start at 8
8 o'clock.
We're gonna open at 7? At 7.
7 for viewing, 8 o'clock for buying.
At 10 o'clock, we're out.
Yeah. Make a motion with adjourn.
Got a motion to adjourn. All right.